Hi guys. Hey, Mrs. Lee here in the classroom. I came in to grab a few things, need to make a few phone calls, cleaned up the room a little bit, but I wanted to grab a few books so I could take them home and post some videos of me reading to you. That is one of my favorite things to do, is to read to you guys. I love reading out loud. So hopefully it'll be one way that you still get to see me and I still get to do my favorite thing, and I get to read to you. So I'm gonna read a book, and I've read this book to you before, but I'm gonna read it again. I told you that it's okay to hear the same story more than once, but I'm gonna read this story because it's one of my favorite books to read. It is such a sweet story. I love how it ends, and you guys have probably heard this enough that you could maybe even read along with me if you wanted to, or some of the parts that you'll be able to read with your mom and dad. But this is the book, The Perfect Nest. Do you guys remember this book? Remember Jack the cat? Oh, he's a sly one, isn't he? Let's read The Perfect Nest by Catherine Friend, and it's illustrated by John Manders. Okay, so since I'm using my phone here, let's see if you're gonna be able to see. You know what? I'm probably gonna have to read it this way, you guys. Oh no, you can be able to see that. And I'll hold the picture closer when I'm done reading the page. Jack the cat gathered together everything he needed, then built the perfect nest, dry and cozy and just the right size. Do you remember why he was building the perfect nest? But the nest was not for Jack. With this perfect nest, he would attract a perfect chicken who would lay a perfect egg, which would make a perfect omelet for a cat like Jack. Soon enough, a chicken came along. Look at that fancy nest. He did a pretty good job, didn't he? Ay caramba, she cried. A perfect nest. She hopped up and laid a small egg. But then a duck waddled by. Sacre bleu, she cried. The perfect nest. The duck pushed the chicken out, hopped up, and laid a medium-sized egg. Then a goose lumbered by. Great balls of fire, she cried. A perfect nest. Oh, we have a problem, don't we? Look at the chicken. The goose pushed the duck out, hopped up, and laid a large egg. Now how many eggs does Jack have? Look at the goose. Jack's mouth began to water. 3 eggs would make 3 omelets. But then the duck leaped onto the goose's back. This is my nest. The chicken flew up onto the duck. No, this is my nest. The 3 cackled and quacked and honked, but each refused to leave the perfect nest. They squished each other for days. Each day, Jack tried to get the birds off the eggs. Fire! Fire! He cried. They didn't move. Flood! Flood! He cried. They still didn't move. Wolf! Wolf! He cried. But the chicken, the duck, and the goose would not move. That wolf doesn't look very scary, does it? Finally, Jack stood before them. You birds are so silly. The next farm over has an even better nest, and it's empty. Why doesn't one of you use that nest? An empty nest? Cried the chicken. Without a goose to sit on my head? Ay caramba! Sacre Sacre bleu, cried the duck. I am tired of smelling like the chicken. That nest is mine. Great balls of fire, cried the goose. Out of my way. And they all flapped away. Alone at last, Jack returned to the nest and peeked inside. He arranged the eggs neatly in a row, small for breakfast, medium for lunch, and large for dinner. Jack's stomach rumbled. But then, do you remember what happens? Can you see that? What's happening? Crack. The small egg broke open and out popped a wet baby chick who looked up at Jack and said, "Ay caramba, hola mama." And then crackety snap, the medium-sized egg broke open and out scrambled a wet baby duck who looked up at Jack and said, "Sacre bleu, bonjour maman." And then crackety crack boom, the largest egg broke open and out stepped a wet baby goose who looked up at Jack and said, "Great balls of fire, howdy ma." Look at Jack's face. How do you think he feels right now? He's looking like he's a little shocked, doesn't it? Jack stared at the babies. What was he gonna do? He couldn't make omelets out of them. "Dry me, dry me, dry me," cried the soggy baby chick. "Feed me, feed me, feed me," cried the hungry baby duck. "Play, play, play," cried the excited baby goose. Oh, aren't they so cute? Jack hid in the barn. The three babies, they found him. He hid in the woods. The three babies found him. Jack hid under the tractor. The three babies found him and dragged him back to the nest. See the picture? "Sleep, sleep, sleep," the tired babies whispered. "Cold, cold, cold," said the shivering babies. Well, Jack scratched his head. Someone had to care for these babies, but there was no one else around. Jack lifted all three babies into the nest. "Buenas noches, mama," said the baby chick. "Bonne nuit, mama," said the baby duck. "Sweet dreams, ma," said the baby goose. Then Jack climbed into the nest and the babies fell asleep. That's when Jack realized that this really was the perfect nest. They're all together. I love that story. I love that story. It's one of my favorites. It's so fun to tell, and I love how it ends and that Jack takes care of all three babies. Well, that's my story for today. I'll get back on and do another one. Landon had a special request for, I think, Pig the Pug books. Anybody else have any requests? I grabbed some Skippy John Jones books. I'm grabbing Junie B. Jones. So have your parents comment if there's specific books or characters that you would like me to read. I'll grab some other ones too. I'll try to grab a bunch. But my hope is that I'll get on here every day and post at least one video of me reading to you guys. Okay? All right. Be good for your parents. This is all new for them, for us, for me, for everybody. But I want you to know that I really do. I think about you guys every day. Your parents have my number. They can, if you have something special happen and you want to share that with me, or if you have something that you make, that you draw, you can post it in the group, you can message it to me. I still want to know what you guys are doing and what is happening at home with you, okay? So something special, please have your parents tell me, and so we can share that together, okay? I miss you guys, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye.